Get in! Hi guys, and welcome to the Ipswich vs Sunderland match review. And as you can tell, I'm absolutely buzzing with that win. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't pretty. There was a bit of drama to it, there was some frustration to it, but I'm really happy nevertheless, of course, and I have to make that very clear because in this match review, I'm going to say some bad points as well as good points. So for the happy clappers out there who hate to hear me give any constructive criticism, even when we win, just expect it. I can't be happy all the time. But yes, anyway, into the game. And we went with what was supposed to be a sort of 4-3-3. A lot of the graphics and Sky Sports and all the apps, BBC and all that kind of stuff, it had us down as a 4-3-3. It was not. It was not a 4-3 at all. Sorry, 4-3-3. It was not. It was a 4-5-1. I think that is what disappointed me a little bit. We 100% went there for a draw, in my opinion. It looked like Lee Johnson definitely set up to defend and to sit back. And you can argue it was for the counter, but I disagree with that as well. Because if you look at the side that we put out, we had Burge in goal, we had McFadden left back, we had Power right back, Bailey right, and Willis in the middle. Then we had three highly defensive midfielders in the middle in Leadbitter, Scowen and Winchester as well. And I see there was more of sort of holding midfielders. Of course, Scowen has the energy to get forward, but generally the defensive midfielders. And then you had on one side O'Brien, on the other McGeady. Then up top with the lone striker was Charlie Wyke. It wasn't a 4-2-2-2 as we've been seeing in recent weeks. As soon as the game started, I could see it was such a flat five. And even like that's McGeady and O'Brien, they were tucking in and becoming very defensive. And I don't think that was right, and I was very annoyed and disappointed in Lee Johnson for that originally, because you look at Ipswich, yes, they're a team that should be going for their, at least a playoff place, maybe top two arguably, but in recent weeks, they've lost 5 out of the last 6 to go there, and we're a team that haven't lost away from home. To go there with such a defensive unit, should I say, was highly disappointing, and it really pissed me off, I'm not going to lie. But getting into the game, the opening 10 minutes, it was kind of as expected after I did see that lineup and the system. We sat back, we allowed Ipswich all the possession. They weren't, getting too many chances, but they were getting in down the bylines, getting balls in. And I felt like it was just a matter of time because I felt like we were just bending over. But a look at the draw for us. Their striker, Jackson, he goes in with a horrible challenge with a high foot. It was just really high up the shin, just below the knee, and he scrapes the boot down, going in for a challenge down Bailey Wright. And it could have been a leg breaker, that. It was a horrible challenge from the striker, Jackson. It was definitely a striker's challenge. And he got sent off. He got straight red after 10 minutes. So at this point, I'm thinking, right, we need to drop this system. It's already defensive. Lee Johnson, change it, please, because we need to get at them, because we're making nothing. We were creating nothing. But no, he left it as it was. It was a flat 4-5-1. And for the next 20 minutes, half an hour, you would never know in a million years who were the team who had a man sent off. Because Ipswich still, for the majority of it, controlled possession. They were making sort of half chances, getting balls into the box. And we had nothing. All it was for us, consistently throughout that first half, it was just the sort of central midfielders taking it in turns to drop deep, be it Scowen or Leadbitter or Winchester, drop deep, pick the ball back up off the defence, be it, again, Bailey Wright or Willis, give it straight back to them, then run away. And then allow them to hoof it up straight to Ipswich, and then they can attack. And that's what we're doing over and over again, creating absolutely nothing. It was so unbelievably frustrating. There was no creativity in there. Like I say, 3 defensive midfielders trying to break through a 10-man side who, a lot of people look at it, and I feel like it's quite an immature way to look at it. If you're up against 10 men, you think, oh, well, you should be winning 3-4-0. No, there is a bit of a cliche that people say, it can be harder to play against 10 men, but I actually agree with that, because they literally make more of a conscious effort to set all men behind the ball. They have a certain press on, and the style of play that a 10-man side play is incredibly hard to break down, and I do get that, and I appreciate that, but I don't think Lee Johnson gave us the best chance to at least try by playing such a defensive unit and remaining with a defensive unit after they did get a man sent off. That's what annoyed me. But eventually we did manage to break the deadlock, and it's that man, yet again, Charlie Wyke. It's one of our first proper chances in that first half as well. Lovely football. Winchester with a back heel into who was it now? I think it was into O'Brien. He flicked it onto Power. He whips a beautiful ball in, and there is Charlie Wyke on the volley, a confident strike on the volley with his weaker left foot, and it just goes perfectly into that bottom right-hand corner, beats the keeper, and there goes the half-time whistle. 1-0, and I'm thinking, right, okay, second half, let's go all out, let's smash him now, because we've done it. And, Charlie Wyke, I have to give it to him. It was a phenomenal finish, and he's showing the confidence that he's gaining. And I do have a love-hate relationship with Lad. You know I do. I've been very clear, but as long as he keeps scoring goals, my love for him will only build. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? All it is really, of course, I just want the best for the club, and is Charlie Wyke a striker that could get us into the top two? Maybe, maybe not. If he keeps scoring goals, then yes, potentially. But it's just aspects away from just simply being the goal scorer. It is my main frustration, and that's all it has been really with Charlie Wyke. But now he is taking the majority of his chances that have been handed to him, which that's all he can ask for. So fair play to him. I can't slate him for that at all. Why would I? But in the second half, finally we make that change. Winchester does come off. He was booked late on in that first half, so that's more than likely why. Although I think he should have come off anyway. He wasn't having a great game, Winchester, but it's saying that the midfield trio weren't in general anyway in that first half. They were just giving away possession time and time again. Ledbetter, who's someone who's usually very good at maintaining possession, it was just 10-yard passes that was so simple, or at least it's something you'd expect to easily come out with Ledbetter's Arsenal. He was just giving it straight to Ipswich players, not having a clue who the hell he's even trying to pass it to. Scowen was doing the same. Winchester at times doing the same. But yeah, he did get brought off. Winchester and Embleton come on. We needed that bit of creativity straight away in the second half. The tempo is raised. Embleton's getting involved, dragging us up the pitch, and we look like the side who have a man more. We look like we have the upper hand. And we were making chances. Some brilliant football being played. We were dominating. The tempo was upped. You could see that Lee Johnson would have said to him, you take 1 or 2 touches maximum before you move the ball on. And that's what we're doing across the back, swiftly moving from left to right, waiting for options to come on, players coming deep. O'Brien, who I've seen got slated on social media for some reason. I have no idea why. I think he actually did very well tonight. He comes in deep when he's getting isolated up there. He comes deep. Nice few touches, lays on, tries to get involved in the play. And I appreciate that. You can't really ask for much more when a striker is isolated. And I think he did really well in that sense. But we're moving the ball a lot quicker, made chances, particularly one for Haydn O'Brien. We broke down the left-hand side really well. So the byline, it's pulled back to Haydn O'Brien, around the penalty spot, completely free, and he hit it hard and low, and they've managed to get a block on it, and it was really unfortunate. It should have been 2-0. It really should have been. Another couple of chances as well that we've made, and we should have maybe put away, but they did defend for their lives, and it has to be said, Ipswich defended amazingly. They really, really did. They made it so hard for us, and a couple of chances that, that Ipswich had themselves, it was mainly through our own doing. There was one chance where Power, he had ample time at the back to pass it wherever he wanted, put the ball where he wanted. He's give it straight to an Ipswich player. He's pinged it forward. Their striker chested it down. He's inside the box. The box is at his will, does what he wants with it, but unfortunately for him, it's hit it almost literally straight at a very nice side, but pretty much straight at Burge, who can parry it away. And that was their main chance. There was a couple of chances where, of course, on the break they whipped balls in, but Burge dealt with things very well, defensively getting things away. But towards that last stage of the game, which was a big worry for me, was Bailey Wright took a knock. It looked like a 50-50. When looking at the replay, I couldn't see whether it was an arm that went into his face or it was a clash of heads. But he did get quite a bad bleed on his face. They did bring the stretcher out, but luckily he didn't need it. He just went off on the cart. And hopefully it's just a sort of precaution. And Sanderson did come on. I think Sanderson was brilliant as well. I do actually really, really like Sanderson. I think he's brilliant on the ball. He was winning everything in the air. He's so calm and collected. He just has that bit of class about him, the air of class that I really like to see. But we managed to see it out, and I think in the end we probably just about deserved it. I think it was the first half that was the big disappointment for me. The second, we looked more like the team that should have been taking it to them. I think it's just very, very clear that we do need reinforcements, particularly in the final third. We need that creative mind. I don't really see what Winchester brings right now. We've only seen him a couple of games, so I'm not going to judge him as of yet. But I don't really see what he brings. Winchester, he looks like a good athlete, and he's a big lad, and he gets involved, and he don't mind getting, in the sort of the hustle and bustle of it all, getting into 50-50 challenges and what have you, which I like as well. But we already have those kind of players, and I feel like in possession, he just try and just knock it onto the first man available he can see, if that makes sense, without really being too creative or forward thinking. But again, obviously, I'm willing to give him plenty of time. He's only just arrived, the lad. But hopefully he does become more of an asset to us and more useful. But as I say, I think we're in the next sort of week or so, which we're going to have to, over the next few days, we're going to have to make some movement in the transfer window if we really want to push on. But it's 2 wins from the last 2, and you can't complain about that. 2 really, really good wins, 6 points from 6. We can add to it now. We're currently 7th in the league, but we can only win we can only just keep on winning to keep pushing on up the table. I'm going to give my man of the match to Charlie White simply because the one real bit of quality throughout the game was his strike, and it was a really good strike as well. So 1-0, a brilliant 3 points. What do you guys think, or what did you guys think of the game? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you have enjoyed this match review, please hit the like button for me. It'd be massively, massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, you take care and stay jammers.